computer. I can. Okay, it'll be on computer, I think.
The account owner can also watch this recording if it's stored in cloud. Any participant granted permission can one record to their local device or to invite an app to record for them. These individuals can share these recordings with apps and others.
Hmm.
By staying in this meeting, you consent to being recorded.
This is a podcast where we read out Zoom description for what is going on. That's
It's not like anyone could have seen it.
yeah,
Then
exactly.
what?
No one can say it, hence we are doing it for them. You want to see the amazing food I've cooked?
Yes. Is it khichdi?
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this is the first type of noodles my roommate made with like veggies and stuff. Healthy.
You have two different kind of
Yeah.
noodles.
But
How
then
much
I
time
was
do you
like,
have to cook?
then I was like, I want to experiment and I'll try something. This noodles is literally butter and garlic and some chili oil. That's it.
It looks
It's
really nice. It
it's
looks like
amazing.
the canteen noodles you would get,
Yes,
like the
yes.
mountain.
It tastes also like that only. Like one bite and this is not good for me, but I'm still going to eat it.
But that's nice. What does the mug say?
This is my new mug. It says Colorado. Yeah, but the best
Because
thing about this mug, it has bear facts at the back.
wait, do they have what? My brain just went because the picture looks like they have polar bears, but I'm assuming they don't have polar
They
bears,
don't have polar bears. They just have regular bears.
but they look like them.
They look like polar bears. I guess they're just bears. Polar bear or bear. Silhouette is same only, no? It's just color is different.
No, I think the fur is different, you know. The fur would be thicker.
Yeah, because they're in the snow or something.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. What is the difference between a polar bear and a bear? I have no clue.
We can check.
We can check. Okay, let's Google different between polar bear and a bear.
I think it's
Polar bear and grizzly bear, brown bear,
brown
black
bear.
bear.
That's the one that came in mine also.
Everyone's googling the same thing.
Oh, there is a grizzly polar bear which is called Pizzly.
Pizzly?
It
Right?
is actually called Pizzly.
Is this scientifically named as Pizzly bear? I don't know
Yes.
this.
Yeah. It's a
So if I
combination
Google,
of a grizzly and a polar bear hybrid is called Pizzly.
oh my God, oh my God, this is an actual thing. Oh, but that animal looks,
Sad.
it looks confused.
Confused. Yes. Identity crisis.
It is so confused. Like I am brown, but I am also a white
So wide.
polar bear, but I'm also a grizzly bear. The Wikipedia article says a grizzly polar bear hybrid, also named Grola bear, Pizzly bear, zebra bear, grizzler, or nanula.
Who would have thought?
Imagine the identity crisis this Pizzly bear is going through right now.
I
Like
think
I
it
have no
depends
clue.
on where maybe the Pizzly is just a adaptable bear. Like when he's chilling with the white, he like pretends to be one of them. And the brown, yeah,
He just becomes whoever he is part of. If he's with his
yeah. But the
polar bear gang, he's a polar bear. If he's with the grizzly bears, he's a grizzly bear. He's the all-rounder of bears.
yeah, but the question is, do they accept him?
Probably not. Just like human society, they must be like shunning him. Bro, try to pick one, bro. Stop being so confused. You're either a polar bear or you're not. Maybe they have fights. Who
I
knows?
am just thinking for this to happen, you would have had like a mother or a father which is like mixed, like a
Hmm.
polar bear and a bear. I
Yeah,
am just thinking who left a bear or like in the Arctic or a polar bear here.
yeah. Maybe I think what was happening is the grizzly bear must have grizzly bear family must have been on vacation or something to the Arctic regions, and this one grizzly bear locked eyes with another polar bear, and violence started playing in the background.
I was just thinking that.
And there was like background music saying "Tujhe dekha to
Dekha.
hai jaan."
Yes.
And then both of them walked to each other, and it was this unforbidden love, and both of the polar bear and grizzly
Yeah.
bear families did not like it, so
I
they
think
ran
it's
away and started a family together.
I feel like it seems like a combination of DDLJ and Veer Zara.
Yeah, the two forbidden families coming together,
Yeah.
then bringing forth a whole new generational trauma called identity crisis.
I also like read here that they are like carnivorous,
Oh,
but all I've seen bears usually eat are like fishes. Like they usually I've seen them catch fishes.
yeah, yeah.
So shouldn't they be pescatarian?
Maybe that is another crisis. But don't grizzly bears eat meat and stuff?
Humans?
Don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they do kill humans also, no?
Yeah. But I guess grizzly bears are the modern generation bears where they can be whoever they want to be.
I wish like they taught us this in school.
Yeah, dude.
Like I would have loved to study about Pizzly bears.
Yeah. I mean, did you even study about grizzly or polar bears at all? I don't remember studying about polar bears.
I studied about polar bears, I think, with it came with like penguins and they talked
Oh,
about
I guess
penguins
I
and
sort of remember.
they talked. I don't think they specifically taught about polar bears. They mentioned like they taught
Yeah.
us about Arctics and that's when
Mm.
polar bears like
I think in either geography or one of those subjects where they talk about vegetation and different sort of
yeah.
landscapes,
You were
different
in
regions.
CBSE or what?
No, I was not. I was in state syllabus. The poor, poor
Yeah.
people.
I couldn't do state syllabus because we were moving every time. My
Mm.
parents are like CBSE is best because KV is everywhere.
Yeah.
So if anything happens, you can always go to KV.
Wait, did you go to KV?
I did for one school.
Oh, okay.
It was
Oh, until 12th.
brutal. KV is very brutal.
Yeah, I have heard all sorts of KV stories. What is your KV story? What was the traumatic experience that happened in KV, which has caused you to be the person who you are today?
I I was like I went to KV from first standard, and before that I went to like upper KG and upper KG
Okay,
in
EKG, UKG.
yeah, upper KG in a sort of like fancy kindergarten in Pune.
Hmm.
And before that, we were in a different city. So the lower KG happened somewhere else. It was very different.
Hmm.
Um, it was in Assam. And I went to this upper caste, I feel like very like fancy kindergarten, and they used to call it kindergarten, and it
Hmm.
was like very fancy,
Hmm.
and no one spoke Hindi. And
Oh.
I came from like I only like I knew English, but like I was upper KG. I didn't speak that much English, and then at home everyone talked in Hindi.
Hmm.
Uh, so I didn't like I wasn't very confident with my English, and
Hmm.
everyone was very fluent, and that too in upper KG, like they were fluent. They only talked in English. So I
Yeah.
used to talk in my like teacher's ears whenever I had to say something,
Uh,
and she would tell it to the entire class. That was like a traumatic experience also, like because like you were like they would discriminate, and these were very like rich people kids coming there,
oh my God.
and I could feel the discrimination happen. Also, like I think I was very enthusiastic that time. I
Hmm.
remember there was like a function or like a uh, the final show. What is annual?
Annual
function.
day, annual day. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the teacher's like, we will do Sleeping Beauty. Now she's like, who wants to be queen? No
Hmm.
one raised their hand, and I was like, I want to be queen. And the teacher was so reluctant. She's like, And it happened so many years back, but I still remember how she reacted. She's like, anyone else?
Oh my God, bro. What a bitch.
Any other? No one raised that. Then they had to make me the queen
Yeah,
because
you have no choice now.
uh, but so 1 year I ended up like, okay, I ended up having conversations in English and I got through it. Then
Hmm.
I go to KV. First day I go, I sit next to someone and I'm like, hi, my name is Anushka, what is your name? They didn't talk to me, they looked away. They're like, Hindi mein baat karna to kar. What is this?
What is this? You're also like the Pizzly bear. You're always in confusion.
Yeah. I just got used to it. Just
God.
got used to English. Now you want me to switch to Hindi.
Back to Hindi. What is this nonsense?
Uh, but they were like, even the teachers would like, if you get something wrong, they'll beat you up.
Hmm.
And it was uh, like
Yeah.
just there, you're
Yeah.
given.
It was just there. No, I think even recently I realized how shitty teachers are to kids because you don't think about it when it's happening. And now when I look back at it, oh my God, teachers are so shitty. Like, what even, dude? You don't treat kids like that.
I remember like once I would never tell on a teacher, but
Mm.
I think once my mom asked what happened in school, and I started crying, and I said the teacher hit me, and uh, the next day my mom was in school, and she's like, how can you hit someone, like how can you hit my child? And my mom's like, इसको मारना है तो मैं मारूंगी ना, तुम क्यों मारोगे?
Exactly. Who are you?
My right, not your right.
You didn't give
It's
birth
not
to
like
this
I did.
kid.
What? Sorry.
You didn't give birth to this kid. You don't get to
Yeah,
hit it. Hmm.
yeah. It's not like I didn't get beaten up at home. I got beaten up at home, but my mom's very clear. Like I will beat you. You can't.
Yeah, yeah.
So I remember like my mom was asking the teacher that, and the teacher had a very like I feel like I have like such strong memories from those times. That the teacher had a pencil in her hand
Hmm.
and she was like fidgeting with the pencil, and my mom was asking like, how can you, like she told me, and I was just standing there hiding my face like, how, don't put me in this. And the teacher broke the pencil
Hmm.
in her hand,
Oh,
and
wow.
her
Power
hand
move.
started bleeding.
Oh.
She got so nervous that she broke the pencil and her hand started bleeding, and my mom was like, your hand is bleeding. She's like, no, nothing.
Wow, dude. Because I tell you. Because even I had a similar thing where my dad came to school to belt this teacher because, dude, she hit me, not even like hit on the hand already, not acceptable or whatever, beating kids, but she hit me not even on my knuckles, on my nails. Okay. Yeah. So I went back home and I'm like, my hand is hurting, my hand is hurting. And they see my nails, it's just black, four fingers just black because there is a blood clot
Mhm.
on all of my nails. The next day, my dad came to the school and he's like, who are you? You hit, it's one thing. You can't do this shit. You can't write also for another week now. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to teach? So it was really bad. I don't even remember why she hit. It was either someone's making noise, Chuma she's hitting, or probably one of those stupid ass reasons. But still, dude, you can't do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. My mostly I was very quiet in class because I had learned from all my movings that like just be quiet and observe, and
Yeah,
you know when you can speak.
yeah.
Like I would talk and stuff and the teacher's not there. I would avoid getting in trouble at all cost. So that was just how I like stayed in throughout school.
That's how you survived. Same. I was that. Oh, this is the smart kid, so he's like teacher ka chamcha or whatever. So
Oh,
I was just in the good books of all the teachers. But I would still do all this fucking shore sharaba nonsense and bullshit. but they would just come and be like, Mahesh, I did not expect this from you. You're a good kid, and all that they will tell, and they will go away.
The
I'm like,
other
yeah,
students would hate you so much.
yeah, dude, people hated me. Oh my God. They hated me. Over time, I tried to realize, okay, I should not do this because the teacher here is here for 1 hour, but these kids around me are here for 8 hours a day, every single day. So I need to be in the good books of the kids, not the teachers.
Yeah, but every PTA, my mom would usually come. She would come and teachers would be like, "ये तो कुछ बात ही नहीं करती है. Like, make her talk. No, she should speak more in class." And I'll
Yeah.
just be like, "No, thank you. It's good. I don't want to talk." I remember one PTA. This was in Indore, and
Mm,
one of my teachers had hit me, and my mom again came. Like, she hit me because it's so weird. Like she gave us an assignment, and she specifically like said it was in Hindi, and none of our like written Hindi was good. So
okay.
and in Indore, like I had students whose family had been studying Sanskrit for years.
Oh my
So they
God.
were doing very well in Sanskrit and Hindi.
Mm,
And she said, do this assignment. You can take help of your family members, do the homework, and come.
mm.
So I did, and I went, and the teacher read my assignment, and she slapped me right in the face. she's
What?
like, तुम ओवर स्मार्ट बनते हो. मैंने बोला था कि फैमिली मेंबर की हेल्प लेना और तुम ओवर स्मार्ट बन के असाइनमेंट खुद करने की कोशिश करते हो.
Mm.
The part was I took my mother's help and I got slapped because even her Hindi wasn't good.
Oh
So
my God.
my mom came and she's like, I did. Why did you slap?
Oh my God. Dude,
uh,
never slap a kid. Like more
I
than hitting, were you ever beaten with, those wooden sticks or whatever, or
the
was it
ruler,
this
the wooden ruler.
ruler, anything they could
Yeah,
find, duster they will throw on your head.
yeah. That was very traumatizing because it would just come flying and then you have to
Yeah.
dodge.
And then if the teacher has a shit aim, which most teachers do,
Yeah,
it would come and hit you, even though it's meant for someone else.
yes,
Like, how is this fair? What did I do?
yeah. I don't know why they were so angry all the time when they were
Yeah.
taking it out on us. Like,
Because the teachers at the time were definitely the age that we are now. They were all in their like mid 20s or around that age. I'm like, what were you so angry at that you were coming and beating kids and just perpetually angry? Their face, their eyes would be this wide, and they always have this like
yeah,
poker angry face.
yeah,
They will always
like
have like,
very angry.
yeah, this what do you call this in between your eyebrows? There's this crease when
Frown,
whatever this line is. They're always like
frown. I don't know.
their eyebrows are always frowning. I don't know.
They, I remember I got beaten up by my art teacher also. I was like, ये तो मजे वाला होना चाहिए.
Yeah.
She's like, you can't draw trees. After that, like she taught me, and after that I can't. Like it was so traumatizing that I still like sit and draw those trees.
Every time you draw trees, you're just reminded of that. If
Yeah.
only madam would be proud of me as well.
I don't want to do. And she was very young. She was in her 20s. I still remember. She was probably the youngest teacher. And I don't know like why she was angry. And like for art, like art is supposed to
Yeah.
be. I hated drawing after that. Now I've started doing doodling because I'm like, no one's going to judge me. I can
Yeah.
just do anything.
Yeah, I
It can
can't
be
just
messed up.
if I'm in this house and I draw this tree by myself, no hand will
Yeah.
come and slap me in the
Yes.
face.
No duster is gonna come flying.
Dude, teacher trauma, I tell you. Even I had teachers would openly fat shame like fucking anything, okay? And I'm like, bro, why? What did I do to you? Because also children, I don't know how it was in KV, but children in our school was also free labor. So whenever there is some function going on, things need to be moved or take bunch of these desks need to be
Yeah.
moved somewhere else. They just
Yeah.
call a bunch of students and tell them please move. Like this, which is already so shitty to do in hindsight. But whenever they used to come and call for that, if there used to be this one teacher, and if they were calling someone from our class, someone would volunteer. He would make them sit down. He's like, no, 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 you sit. He's like, Maheshwara, you get up. You need to go up and down the stairs. You need to burn some calories. Go. I'm like, bitch, why? Why are you doing this
Who?
to me in
Yeah,
front of the whole class? And now you will go and everyone is still going to make fun of me. He used to do it all the time. I'm like, what a bitch. Teachers.
luckily, like I think my last school was like from I started first standard with KV, and the last one I did 10th standard from DPS in Gujarat,
Mm.
and it was such an improvement. Teachers didn't yell at you. Teachers didn't hit
Huh?
you. Like
Huh?
it was a said rule. And I was just like, first few months, I was like,
What?
what? No one is yelling. No one is hitting you. No one tries to even like. I remember last like 10th standard, one teacher. I was there for 3 years.
Mm.
Last year, I did something wrong, and one of the teachers was short tempered, and she yelled at me, and I started crying. And after that, I was thinking, I was like, she just yelled. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like, I have gone through worse.
Yeah. There
But
was
that was
physical
like,
abuse.
yeah. But like, I started crying, and then everyone came from the school, like in my class, my teach, the other teacher who was in class, and everyone like started consoling me. And it's like, this has never happened. You are usually just supposed to sit and cry by yourself.
Wow, how the times have changed. I mean, this never happened to me. This was it was like this for me all the way up until 10th standard. Took all the trauma from 10th and then I moved on to 11th and 12th to a different place. No trauma there, but yeah. So
After, yeah, I thought after 10th, I had junior college, which was symbiosis.
same,
Teachers
same.
didn't care.
First
Do
PU, second
whatever you
PU,
want.
right?
Hmm?
We had
Yeah,
first PU, second PU, same thing now, junior college.
yeah.
Where did you do
And
junior college? Was it in Pune or Gujarat only?
no, it was in Symbiosis Pune. And after that, na, after you complete junior college, I did commerce. And
Mhm.
after you complete it, it's like going from 12th to 13th, like class. So
Okay.
you don't even have to register again or anything. You just
Oh,
pay
you
fees
just
and it's just
continue.
automatically
Mm-hmm.
uh it was the easiest. I think that's why I did like finance for my bachelor's because I didn't want to think too much. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. They are already putting me in next class. I will go. It's
Okay,
okay. I know the
that will take.
teachers now. I know where the class is. I'm used to the environment.
Mm.
Very convenient.
Was that finance thing or for 3 years or 4 years? 3 years?
3 years. I also did honors, but it was an add-on. Like after college, we would have classes.
Mm.
It's good.
And when did your Europe, did you do, you did master's program after that? No.
After that, I wanted to do liberal arts, which was a diploma in the
Mm.
same like college. Symbiosis had one.
Mm.
My parents are like, no, you can't do diploma.
Mm.
You can't take gap year.
Yes.
You have to study because if you stop now, then you will not study again. So my dad literally is like, it was, I think, May, and
Mm.
by that time all master's admissions are done. Like I've graduated from bachelor's, no masters is taking students. So my dad made me give exams for all the Pune University categories.
Mm.
Like I feel you should do communication or media related, maybe something that interests you. And he made me give exams for all of them. And I would go crying. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But I remember for my master's, like for the university, Pune University, I go to give exam, and the questions are, who acted in this film? Who directed this film? And I was like, I know this shit. And I didn't study anything for it. And I ended up like, I think top five, like out of the ranking. And there were like so many. I was like, this is my jam.
What
I know
university is this? Can I
everything.
also go give their exam? I don't even want the college. I just want to write the exam.
Yeah, you can. And I wasn't expecting it. I went and I saw the list, and my name was like in the top five. And I was just like, I didn't expect. My parents didn't expect. And it was just, I actually didn't want to clear it. Like, I wouldn't fail an exam on purpose, but I was hoping कि नहीं होगा तो फिर मुझे masters नहीं करना पड़ेगा. But then my dad, after it came, the result came. He's like, now we will go talk to the dean. Like, why? I don't want to do this course. He's never once come to my school or college till then, but that time he went with me and to talk to the dean. And we did talk, and I'm just like, I don't want to. And now, then after we talked, we came out, and my dad's like, now we will click a picture outside the university or the department campus. I was like, we
Us.
have never done any of these things.
Yeah.
Why are you? I don't even want to go here.
Yeah.
And we did all of that, and then he's like, okay, go for 1 year and see, like, go for a few classes and see. And symbiosis, I used to have classes like my classes would start at 7:30, and it would the college would get over by 10 a.m. It was just this
Wait, what?
much. Yeah.
7:30 a.m. to 10
And
a.m.
yeah, that's it.
2.5 hours.
Yes, that's it. And I was used to it. I did junior college there. I did and junior college used to be in the afternoon.
Hmm.
So it would start at 1, it would get over by 4, around
Hmm.
that time. So it was 4 hours, which is okay. But symbiosis, I was used to my classes getting over by 10:30, 11 o'clock. I would come home. Sometimes I would have honors classes in the evening, which I could manage.
Hmm.
Here, I went in and the teacher's like, we have college from 8 to 5.
Oh my
Like,
God.
what?
It's a
8
full-time job
to
right now.
5. That's a lot. I was so against it, and my dad forced me to do it, and it was fun. Like, it was okay. I breezed through it. Like, I didn't have to study much, and I got good marks. So at that time, I was just like, this is my field. This is what I want to study more
This
in.
is my life purpose. I found it.
Yeah. Yes. And then I came here, and I am barely passing. And I'm just like, but this is supposed to be my job. Like, what is happening? Like, I was good at it, and I specialized in media research, and I can't, like, I write research papers here, and teachers just like grade it very low, and it's like, that whatever I've studied so far was, excuse me.
Bless you.
So, and she's like, I don't know. I'm so confused here.
No, I went through the same thing. At this point, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be good at this. I don't need to be good at it. I'm just going to finish this, get the degree, and leave and get a job. And that's it. It's over. All of this
Yeah.
academic, I don't need it. I have enough insecurities as it is. I don't need this to add more.
Plus,
So we got
like,
here by talking about Pizzly bears.
yes, Pizzly.
Very
Pizzly.
very natural way of getting the conversation. But we started this with Googling what is the difference between polar bear and grizzly bear. We still haven't seen it, by the way. I think we need to check it because I'm still curious.
I think I'm okay. Since I found Pizzly Bear, I am okay. I don't want to read more. I think my
I will
search
read it.
ended at
I
Pizzly.
will read it to you regardless. Polar bear.
I can tell you. I think it's the fur,
Okay.
uh, the coat,
Hmm.
the thickness of it. It's
Hmm.
the size of it also. Maybe they are
Hmm.
bigger. Polar bears are a little bit bigger, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Let's
No.
do a thing. Let's keep a track of whatever you're guessing, and we'll see how
Yeah.
many of it match. Okay. Number one, you told fur.
The
Something about the fur.
thickness. Yes.
Thickness of the fur. Okay. Then
The color also.
color is obvious. I can't count that. Okay, color is obvious.
Please, extra point.
Okay, fine. Color. The color between a polar bear and a brown bear is different. Anushka's
Yeah.
wild theory. Fine. Next.
The size, I feel like polar bears might be bigger.
Okay, size.
The location.
Okay. Yes, I mean it's not a very obvious fact, of course. So yeah, you never
Okay.
know. Hmm.
Yeah. Maybe the diet is different.
Okay, diet. Five things. Anything
I
else?
think also the paws might be a little different. Maybe.
What do you
I
mean
don't know. I
different?
think maybe they have wider or thicker coated. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, because you're going based off location and all. Hmm.
Or maybe
Interesting.
webbed also. I do think no. Because
Web?
as polar bears swim also, no?
I mean, they don't need to have web paws to swim. We don't have webbed hands.
Yeah.
Okay, five things.
And okay.
Okay, fine. I will read it out. Okay. Polar bears and brown bears are two carnivorous mammals, so diet is out the window. Living in two different ecosystems. I guess you got location.
Okay. Yes.
Both of them belong to the same genus and different species. I mean, okay.
What does that mean?
Exhibit a range of differences, including the coat color. And this article aims to discuss their characteristics with emphasis on different features. Okay. So polar bears inhabit Arctic
Hmm.
waters and snow, while brown bears inhabit temperate regions of Asia, Europe, and North America.
Hmm.
Location. Polar bear is snow white to yellow in color, and the brown bear has a silvery brown coat. Two things, right? Polar bear is larger than many subspecies of the brown bear. You got the size also, right? Not bad. Polar
I
bear
think also
has
the
larger feet. Dude, you got it. Larger feet with soft papillae on paws. But brown bears have smaller feet. Damn. Polar bears can swim fast for longer distances, obviously. Polar bears are always carnivores, and the brown bear is omnivorous. So the diet is also different. And the remaining is small claws, big claws, territorial animal, nocturnal animal. Polar bear is not. Not bad. You got most.
polar bear are nocturnal. Is it?
Brown bears are nocturnal, but polar bears are not.
Do okay, I have a weird also question. You watch Jungle Book, no?
Yes.
And they mentioned that that do you remember that he tried to like they make a fool of Mowgli by like fool Mowgli by saying I hibernate and so you need to get me honey so I
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
hibernate. So do any of the bears hibernate?
I don't. I think these. So back to my bear facts mug, which says, uh, in the north, hibernation usually lasts for 7 months, and these are for black
So
ones. So yeah, I
so
guess
do polar bears hibernate? But they stay in winter location. So brown bears hibernate,
brown bears I think hibernate, but polar bears maybe.
but then why did Bagheera say that he doesn't? That he was trying to fool Mowgli.
Apparently, yeah, the brown bear hibernate in the winter to save energy. The polar bear has no need to hibernate, says Mr. Google.
But
But Bagheera was
Baloo
not a polar
was,
bear, no.
but okay, but Baloo wasn't a polar bear. He was a
Ah,
brown bear. So
yeah, so he
why did
hibernated.
Bagheera get pissed at Mowgli for trying to get honey?
Maybe he's just jealous. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to admit to it that he's jealous, so he's just chuma scolding him.
I have many questions like these. I think we can make a podcast episode of these questions. Like one of
Just like
my,
that. Hmm.
yeah, yeah, like one of the questions that has always bugged me
Hmm.
is from Disney, and it has always annoyed me, is that Goofy and Pluto are both dogs, but Goofy can talk, and Pluto is a dog.
Hmm.
Why?
Oh, there's a very simple explanation for this. Evolution.
In
And
the same zone.
maybe I don't know. There's a question to Walt Disney. Maybe it's because Goofy is intellectual be
Dog species? But they both have like they look same only. It's just that Goofy walks on two legs and Pluto walks on four. And Pluto is Mickey's pet.
We can get into a very weird situation where Pluto's ancestors maybe did something with
Slaves.
human beings and gave rise to a new species. But let's not go there because that's bestiality.
Like what were they thinking? That we will make one dog that can talk and we'll make one dog which is a dog.
Maybe are they two different species of dogs? Maybe they're trying to
I will Google
Google. Yeah, is
a dog.
Goofy a dog? Yeah, actually, let's just get that fact confirmed. Is Goofy? I put is
Oh,
Goofy.
a goofy a
Goofy
cow.
is a yeah. Is like is a cow or
Yeah,
a dog? What?
I always thought he was a dog.
No, no. Wikipedia says he's a tall anthropomorphic dog who wears a turtleneck. He looks like dog only, no?
Yeah. So why discrimination?
Hmm.
I will Google why can Goofy talk.
Yeah.
Oh, it's people have Googled that. Goofy was created as a human character as opposed to Pluto, who was a pet. That is the question. Why?
Hmm. Pennsylvania State University has this random fact. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. And the age old question has been answered.
Did you write this? Because it started off literally with what you said. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I always wondered why Goofy could talk and Pluto couldn't. That's literally what you said.
Every time when people would mention Pluto, the planet, my thought would go at why is Pluto a dog and Goofy? It's a very long article.
So where someone's writing a
Where is the
thesis on
answer?
this.
It says imagination at the end of the
What is this?
article.
Tale of no matter using animals to portray messages appeals to children because it is anything unlike reality. Sure, a movie with people talking can be exciting, but to reach out to our inner child
It
using
doesn't
talking animal
answer.
gives the audience greater motivation to watch the film. That still doesn't answer the question.
It doesn't answer. And I would expect a university to give the answer.
Okay, there is a Reddit thread on the same question that might give us better answers than this stupid ass university.
Why can Goofy talk but Pluto no?
Okay, I might have found the answer. It is the greatest answer ever written on Reddit. Pluto is a dog, Goofy is a goof. That's the answer. There you go.
That's it. That's all we get. What are these answers? I don't even want
Yeah,
to
there's
read
some really
them.
dark answer here. You see, Pluto used to be just like Goofy, and he was Mickey's other friend, the smart one, in fact. But after he had a brain tumor and had to overcome a difficult surgery to save his life, he lost every part of his wit, the ability to speak, and to stand upright. It was really nice of Mickey to allow him to live in the doghouse as his dog. That's what true friends do to each other. Okay.
I think it's okay. I
Yeah.
don't think anyone has the answer, and Walt Disney is dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. For the longest time, I used to think the Smurfs and those Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs were the same thing. I don't know why.
how?
I don't know why, but somewhere in my child mind, I've just seen snippets of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and somewhere I've seen the Smurfs. Okay, and
But
in my
Smurfs
mind,
came
I've just
late.
combined them.
But Smurfs came later, no?
Yeah,
Weren't you old enough?
but I don't know, dude. For some reason, in my mind, I've just mixed both of them. Okay, So anytime someone has ever mentioned Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, I've always thought, oh, Snow White and those seven blue little creatures. And that was there for the longest time. I'll tell you till when. Till that Smurfs movie with Neil Patrick Harris came out. And I was like, oh, they're making like a Snow White movie with a dude. Oh, nice. And then I saw, like, oh shit, I'm an idiot. I had to Google it. My mind was blown. Like,
Didn't
oh,
you read like the picture books, fairy tale books?
nope, I never read anything. All
You
I've
don't even
seen,
have to read them. You look through pictures and you see seven dwarfs.
I don't know. I had just seen that movie, I think once, and then this I must have seen somewhere later, and my mind just squashed them together.
For me, I remember one. The you remember what was that? With Red Riding Hood.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
wolf was in Red Riding Hood. No, not
Mhm.
Red Riding Hood. There was that bear story. Since we're talking about bear,
Bear
the
story?
Goldilocks, was it Goldilocks? I think the where she sleeps in a bear's house.
Yeah, Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So bears. So in that story, she I think wakes up and she makes porridge. And I think if you Google it, you can always see porridge or porridge. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, you can always see that in bowls. For the longest time in my brain, because I used to see these pictures and animation in my brain, it looked like upma. So the gravy upma, soupy upma.
You're like, oh, bears are having upma. Very healthy.
No, but I would read it as porridge, but in my understanding, I'll be like, oh, upma, no,
Yeah,
I
upma. Got it.
know.
Hmm.
It
Even I
looks
have.
like upma.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
in the story, like, they describe how it is made, and my brain's just like upma.
Upma. Yeah, because even I had this problem where when we were reading as kids, reading all these literature that is not from India, they're like porridge, stew, and all these words. I'm like, I don't know what this is. What are you trying to say? I don't know what a porridge is. I don't know what a stew is because we never use it. And even though
Yes.
we've probably seen it all the time, I don't know that that is what that is. And this visual description in English, my brain is not smart enough to understand. I never knew what it is. Even now, when I hear porridge or stew or anything, I can't visualize it at all because I've never been trained to like visualize what it is because
It
I
is
don't.
upma.
Upma. From
Porridge
now
is
on, I
upma.
remember. Porridge, upma. Got it. Got it.
I haven't had upma in a while. I need to find suji so I can make upma.
Yeah, even I have not bought only suri. I need to make. I've not cooked actually. I've not been cooking the past few weeks. Today I cooked after many, many days.
So
I
what
need
do
to
you eat
continue.
if you don't cook?
My breakfast is very sad and boring. Oats and bananas and berries and stuff.
It's exactly my breakfast. But it is, I will tell you. I put one banana
Ah,
and then I get like blueberries or like strawberries and I put that. But instead of oats, I am putting a muesli or like whatever I get that's
ah,
vegan.
ah,
And I put, I don't have milk because I
mm,
don't like it like cereal. So I put
mm.
yogurt. But
Oh,
I put,
dude, it's
but
so good.
banana
Yogurt.
and berries.
Yeah,
Sorry?
no, exact same thing. Oats, I'll put almond milk, very little, and I don't like it like runny, liquidy.
Yeah.
Do that. I'll put it in a microwave for a few minutes, and then
Oh,
blueberries, usually blueberries, and then I'll chop up some banana.
same.
It is so
It's
good.
banana, blueberries, and I use muesli. I have 2 packets of blueberries
Uh,
because I got all of them. I was like, I don't know when I will go again.
do
So
you
I got blue.
put the muesli in yogurt the previous night or something and just keep it overnight, or do you just put it in the morning directly?
I was thinking of doing it tonight because I've realized if I'm running late, I don't do it. So I was
Hmm.
thinking of doing tonight because tomorrow I have to wake up early. So I was thinking I'll prep the bowl and
Hmm.
so I can just grab it on the way.
Yeah, do it because I also wanted to try the yogurt and oats or yogurt and muesli recipe, And there's another one where you can just take some apples and like make like just shred the apples or something and make some caramelized apple.
Oh, I
You
won't
just
put
need to
so
like
much effort.
squish the apples, okay? That it's like in 2 seconds, and do put that along with the yogurt
I
and
get blueberries because I don't have to cut them.
yep,
I
same,
don't
same. I just
want
need to pick them up like this and throw them in
Yes,
there.
yes, exactly. And I found yogurt here, which is like there's this brand called Alpro. It's a Belgian brand, and they
Mm,
make yogurts in every flavor, and these are all like soy-based yogurts.
mm,
And I get the blueberry one, and it's so
mm.
tasty
Oh my God.
and so nice. And I don't put too much also. I just put little, so it just like little taste comes. I like it
Yeah,
thoda.
yeah.
It's very nice.
At this point, it's become like a science where I know that if I take this much handful and put it, with every spoon that I have, I will get a minimum of one berry, and that's how I have it.
I think I ration it like while eating.
Yeah.
That I don't know, it happens.
Okay, while eating, if there are like certain things in the food that you really like, are you eat it first and then finish the rest person, or are you save it till the very end and eat it?
Save
So
it, save it, save it.
save it, yes. Okay, you're
Yeah.
human. You pass the test. Who would not save it till the end, dude? Come on.
Lot of people.
I mean, how quickly do you eat actually? Like, are you a slow eater or are you a quick eater?
It depends on how hungry I am. Like
Let's say on average, what are you?
I would say an average eater.
On average, you're an average eater.
Yes. Because I can't tell because a lot of people have told me that I eat slowly and a
Hmm.
lot of people have told me that I eat really fast. And they would have probably met me at different hunger levels.
Correct. Possible.
So I can't tell, like,
Hmm.
compared to what am I slow?
Um,
Because, or compared to what am I fast? Because there is no comparison.
Good question. Good question. I don't have an answer to such thoughtful questions and all.
We can do like a breakfast eating thing, and we
Breakfast
can
eating.
see if I eat slowly. We can do an episode
We can
with
do an
that.
episode of just eating, no
We
talking.
start eating and we can see like who finishes first while putting no pressure on it.
No pressure,
Like,
just
so, like,
eat it.
yeah.
You don't
And
even
then
need to
we'll
talk.
see at the end. You don't tell until like the end of the episode if when you finished it. Maybe you record time when you finish.
Yeah. To all the two people who will be listening will be on the edge of their seats to find out.
Two people will be us.
Yes,
Yeah. To check.
I'm gonna say. By the way, we still need to come up with a name for this now.
Also, like, where are we putting it? Like, do we just put it on YouTube and we just leave it
Leave
into
it
the
to the
abyss? You go where you have to go, kid.
जा जा सिमरन जी ले अपनी जिंदगी. Let the
We'll see.
YouTube algorithm take you.
Yeah.
I don't know where to put it. I guess we can just put it everywhere and decide later. No,
We'll see.
we'll see.
Um,
That's a future us's
maybe
problem.
after 10 episodes or so, if we do 10 episodes or if we do 5 episodes, then we start promoting it.
Dude,
And
five
then,
episodes are not very very tough.
what?
Bro. 5 episodes
Yeah, not
is a lot.
is a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. But
Actually,
it's like, if you don't have to, I feel like it should be effortless. Like, we
it
don't
should
put
be
any
effortless.
effort in this
Yes,
at
yes.
all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Zero effort.
Yeah. We just record and we upload. We
Record.
don't even edit. Like, we don't have to edit. We will edit while speaking.
Yeah, we will edit well. We'll do live editing.
Yes.
Yeah. If I'm about to say stupid, I will I'll probably say it anyway, but I will
Yeah.
acknowledge that it's stupid so
That's
that
it.
I appear self-aware.
Yeah. We are very advanced.
We are very advanced, yeah. We're ahead of our times. But that means we need an effortless name also and an effortless logo also.
Effortless logo I can make.
Hmm.
I I will not make it now because now it will be an effort.
Yeah, 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 now it'll be an effort. Don't do it now. You know
No,
what
I will
else
not do it
happened?
now. I will
One
do
day,
it when it feels like effortless.
one day you'll be sitting and doodling. No,
Yeah,
just doodle something and be like, okay, this is it. It doesn't even have to make
yeah.
sense. The first doodle you make, like, okay, done, ho gaya. I will also make one doodle. We'll put the
I
two
will
doodles
join.
together. Done. Logo. Over.
I will have to attend a very boring class to be
Yeah.
inspired to do it.
Yeah.
One of the last classes I attended, I think like I don't even know like what all I made. It just all was so weird and random. But I think okay, tell me what does this look like?
That looks like two pencils making out.
I don't
Am I
know.
right?
No, I wasn't aiming for anything. I was doodling, but in my head, this looks like Master Shifu to me.
Master Shifu? What? I mean, okay, I see it. I kind of
But
see it,
see,
but
in my head, it does look like him. But it's my
yeah,
head.
yeah. In your head, it
So
does. In my head, it looks like two pencils making out.
I was so proud of it. I was like, I made Master Shifu.
And Master Shifu, an abstract
Even,
Master
yeah, I wasn't even trying to be.
Shifu. I made something. I made.
Oh, you make it on, you're making it on your,
I made
that's so
this.
nice.
Yeah. I make on iPad because like usually that's what's there. I doodle when I'm stressed out. I'm feeling very anxious. I'll sit and doodle. Okay. This also I made
It's a good,
like full.
oh, this is really cool.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like some
It
weird
is,
space alien cockroach that's
yeah,
hovering around
but
or
it looks
something.
really cool.
Yeah, I think it's easier to make on iPad because it does correction and whatnot.
Yeah, mine just look like stuff. I don't know what. I put eyes in everything. Everything has eyes.
Yes, yes. I always start out with eyes, dude. I always start out with eyes.
I usually scribble something and then
And
I
then
see
put
where
eyes.
can I put eyes? Yes.
Yes, yes, same thing I
Yes.
do. How can I make this into a face? There we
Like where
go.
is the face?
Yeah,
Like
where is the face? Yep.
yeah.
It's like, in they say, oh, humans are very good at pattern recognition. They can see faces in the nature and all. It's the
Yeah.
same. I draw some random
Same.
shit, like, oh, that can be a face.
Yeah, as a kid I used to like stare at wall and if there was like a crack or something and in my head like it would make a face
Hmm.
and I just be like I am a genius. I can see
I'm a
faces and
genius.
everything.
I can see faces everywhere. But even, dude, especially when I'm doodling, sometimes when I make a face somewhere and it just perfectly fits unintentionally, I'm like, bro, I'm a genius. Like,
Yeah. I
अंदर
should
है
be like
talent.
yes.
था भी नहीं.
I feel it. I feel it. It's like even when I doodle on my notebook, I'm just like maybe I should get like a different book to doodle in, and it could be like artwork. Like I can put it out somewhere. You
Yeah.
never know. Even though I can't create the same thing again ever, but then it's exclusive and it's priceless because it's one
But the caveat for this is the moment you get that book to make doodles, no, you'll never
it'll
make
want
doodles.
more. I
You'll
know.
never do it.
Yeah, I know.
It never happens. Because I've done this before. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna buy a book and I'm just gonna draw in it. I'm gonna do this, all that. I'll buy. And it is just there. I've never used it.
Yeah. Even with me, I think it the amount of doodle on the page can tell you how interesting the class was.
Yep. The more the doodles, the more boring the class was.
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't like. I don't sit and doodle. Like if I'm sitting, I won't. It's like why? But if I'm in class and I'm just stuck. And I don't take my laptop to class because I look at the screen the entire day. I don't want to look at the screen in class. So
Hmm.
I'm just with my notebook and I'm just doodle. And the teacher also thinks that I'm taking notes and I'm just
Yeah,
like
that's
focused.
the best part. That you'll be so intensely concentrating
Yeah.
on it, so they won't even know.
That's like I zone out. Like today in class, she was talking about something and I zoned out in some dream world. I I forgot it. Like I think I came back like 5 minutes later and I was just like, huh.
Hmm.
It was just I was just gone for those 5 minutes somewhere.
Yeah, I zone out in most classes. You know, the weirdest part is I also zone out even when I'm actively trying to concentrate and I'm really interested in this. And I'll be listening and I
Yeah,
still zone out.
yeah. I
You know?
think when I try to focus more,
Mm,
that's when I zone out the most.
mm,
And I think there needs to be like, I think I don't know, maybe a lot of people have heard that there needs to be a constant like white noise in the background for me to focus on something else.
yeah, yeah, I swear. Because like I feel like I work better when there's white noise. If
Yeah.
there's a bunch of shore sharaba going on around me, I am hyper focused on the task at hand.
And that's when I like started listening to podcasts. I think I started listening to podcasts when I started working.
Mm,
And I just play it in the background and I like people talking because if I'm working alone and there are people talking in the background, I feel like, oh, they are talking, but I am working. I am
okay.
doing better stuff
Yeah.
than them.
Yeah. But do you actually listen to the pod? Like when you're listening, of course you're like tuning here and in here and there.
Yeah.
But are you actively listening the whole way through along with doing your work?
Yes.
Oh, dude, that's a talent. Because I can't do
No,
that.
no, because your work is different. No, my work is not brain work. It's
Oh,
mechanical. So you do step one to step two. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now. So it's
mhm.
in my brain.
Right.
When I study, I start with a podcast, and if I'm writing an assignment, I would start with it so it gets me started.
Mm,
But then after a while, I shut it and I just focus on the assignment.
right.
But with work, most of my work, like even before like this job, I was doing marketing, so it was designing and stuff, and that
Mm.
I can do with music
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
podcasts.
Yeah.
Plus,
Music, yeah, I can do anything with music on because it's like you don't need to listen to it.
no, I
Just
can't
there.
study with music. Like I've tried it in the beginning, it helps, but after that, I just can't. I need to like my nothing needs to go on for my brain to focus,
Oh,
and
the
that
silence.
usually happens night before only. Like I've realized my I can only do it one day before. I
Mm,
can't go in focus zone before like a week before, and I'm trying right now, but
mm.
it doesn't work out.
About. Yeah, I can. It's the same thing. I mean, if I'm doing some mundane task which doesn't require brain power, I can listen to podcasts and do them simultaneously. Usually, if I'm editing photos or I'm doing a bunch of like just organizational work on my laptop and changing stuff, I'll just listen to podcasts or something or listen to music. But if I'm studying, listening to music helps me focus even more. But yeah, podcasts, yeah, same.
What podcasts are you listening to these days?
I I've been listening to Lex Friedman, who is
Mm,
fantastic. It's just that all of his podcasts are not super accessible. I'm interested in a few of them. I know these something I want to listen to about. I will listen to that. I have a bunch of these anime podcasts I listen to, and there's also Trash Taste, which is a podcast I love. You've seen my trash can mug, no, the purple one.
no,
You've not seen my trash can mug?
no.
Okay, I will show it to you. It's very cute. But yeah, it's like another podcast I listen to. There is just super fun. They're just fucking around talking about some nonsense.
I know
Perfect.
this podcast.
That also I listen to. I think those are the main ones.
It's weird. I started listening to podcasts like this is like 2018.
Hmm.
Like I had heard podcasts before, but I was not very interested in it. I think sort of Spotify and SoundCloud were just things that sort of pushed me towards it, and I
Hmm.
started listening to what was it? Was a true crime serial. It was a
Oh,
true
dude,
crime.
even I started off with Serial as well, season one.
Yeah, so that was the first podcast that I started with, and the Adnan Syed, or
Yeah,
was it?
yeah,
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 his thing, and I was so involved in that story. I would just be sitting in office, and I would just and it was just I was so involved, and and when I like started having those reactions, I'm just like. this is it. This is what I write my thesis on. It moves me. I don't care if there is a market in India or not. I will study the market.
Mm.
And then from there, like after I finished that, I I would like go and deep dive into it because they would also put files and stuff that you could access,
Yeah.
and they would give additional stuff which was very interesting.
What was the
Not
name of the host? Was it Sarah Koenig?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I can. It's coming back the
Because
music and
her
her.
voice is very
Yes,
distinct, and I remember,
yes.
dude, this is amazing.
And like I did that, and I was on the side, like I was trying out the IVM podcast things
Mm.
in India.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and then I was like, no, I need to try something else. I tried a bunch of them, but then I heard the Wolverine one,
Mm.
which was also very interesting. Like because for it was like an audio book sort of like, but it wasn't like a book. It's a podcast, so it's always in conversations.
Right.
So that was very different. And I'm just like, if there's so much scope in this market, I I tried looking up research. Not a lot of people had studied on it, so I'm just like, I want to study it.
Mm.
And I used to listen to Cyrus says because I always liked Cyrus, like
Mm.
from Bakara and the week that wasn't. And
With that
Cyrus
one.
is, yeah, and his podcast used to is even now, like I think I listen to his podcast the most. The best part is like they discuss news, but it's in a fun way. So
Yeah.
I kind of get my weekly or
Mm.
bi-weekly news updates
Right.
from him.
That is also on the IVM network only, no? This podcast.
Yeah. His was like sort of the headliner of IVM, and
Mhm.
now they have like a bunch of other
They have
stuff.
so many now. I think the
But
Seen and the Unseen is also on IVM. I listened to that.
yes, yes.
Mm.
I so for my thesis, I wanted to study it from the production point, and I did content analysis where I studied a bunch of podcasts. But
Mm.
for interviews, I used to just sit in their office the entire day. I
Mm.
would sit in their office. I had sent emails, I did calls, and I got in touch with the founders. And
Mm.
then I would just sit in office and I would take interviews. And their office was in Bombay, so
Mm.
I went to Bombay for a few days, and I would just go to their office and I just take interviews with whoever I could.
Mm.
I couldn't get Cyrus, and he told me the founder was very nice. His name is Amit, and he said that if you want, I can get him on call, or you can come
Right.
later, and I would get his interview for you. And whoever you want, you tell me the names,
Mm.
and I'll get those interviews for you. And I was just like, it doesn't matter. Like at this point, I will take whoever I
Yeah,
get.
just
Like
give me anybody. I'll
yeah,
take it.
but it was so interesting because all these people were coming into office. Like they had a proper office in Khar that time.
Mm-hmm.
And these people were coming there and they were recording with no benefit to them. There was no sponsorship that time. People
Yeah.
weren't into podcasts like that much. In
Mm.
Bombay, probably people heard it on their drive there, and it wasn't like that big of a deal. It was before the pandemic. People weren't listening to that at home. So it was so interesting just to understand why are they doing this? Like, why
Yeah.
do you come
Yeah.
every
Why do you
day?
enjoy this so much?
Yeah. So it was just like for some of them, like there was geek fruit where there were these three people who were doing it, and they would talk about like all sort of geeky stuff, like they would discuss movies and
Mm.
Marvel, DC, and stuff like that.
Mm.
And all three of them were actually singers and they had a separate career apart
Mm.
from this, but
Right.
they would still meet up, but they were friends, so they like discussing it. Then I also interviewed Akash Mehta. He's a
Oh yeah, the
comedian.
comedian.
Yeah, and he's like, I need ancillary content. I still remember those words because I used it in my thesis so much. He said like there needs to be like something else my fans or like people can
Mm.
look at because I can't put out a comedy video or a stand-up video every day. But
Yeah.
this is something that I can do almost
Yeah. It
weekly.
gives it's easier to do,
Yeah.
and you can push out more volume, and you have more exposure with your whoever your audience is.
Yes, and they
Once.
stay in touch, like they don't forget about you.
Mm. 1 second, I think
Yes.
someone is I had cooked and kept for friends also. They just got. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, exposure to your audience, it's low effort. You can get longer amount of content, and also, I guess for your audience, they get to see more of you and know more about you. And
Yeah,
I, I, I was thinking about this when you sent me the link for Kumar Varun and Kanal Gill's podcast as well. It's a great way to build your own subculture and niche what with whatever you want. There's just like no nonsense. I can do whatever I want, and whoever
yeah,
is truly interested will listen to it. And you build this
true.
like smaller community with whatever that is.
Yeah. And I think they also went to a step ahead with, like, I don't know if, like, at least that's what I observed during the pandemic. People starting like these comedians and like everyone else, they started doing Discord communities. Like
Yep.
it was very big. Like
Yeah.
uh, I think Kumar Varun also has one
Yeah.
probably, or like I think Sahil Shah has one,
Samay
and
has, Tanmay has.
yes. So and it's not even just about gaming. Sometimes they just chat about stuff, and
It's just
it's just
random.
yeah, so even through that they are connecting way more.
Mhm.
So it's super interesting how like they are finding ways, but it's also trial and error with things that work, things that don't. And podcast is something that you have to be consistent with because like you
Yeah.
put one episode, uske baad, like who's gonna remember you?
At least if you actually want it to be some fixed source of content creation and build your audience through that, and as well as, I don't know, if you want to profit through it and all that, you need to be consistent with it. Because some people just do it because like, I don't want this to be a job, so I'm just going to do it whenever, wherever, and just have fun that way.
Yeah,
And
it
that's
doesn't.
what they
I
want.
don't think you can profit that much. Also, can you?
Podcast, of course. I mean, if you're getting big enough, you'll get sponsors and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that takes a while because there
Takes a
are
while.
way too many podcasts right now. The
Yeah.
market's exploding. Even when the market wasn't exploding and I was researching that time, it wasn't easy to get sponsors. IBM was the biggest company and still it was not.
Unless you're already one of these like big time comedians who already has an audience,
Yeah.
even then it's tough because your comedy audience or your mass audience is wildly different from the audience who will actually listen to you for 40 minutes talking about whatever it is that you want.
Yeah, also like I was also talking to like Akshay wanted to know more about podcasting. So I was also telling him that like it's so much depends on like whose podcast it is. Like
Yeah.
it's mainly depends on like unless they discover you by just like finding out that someone's talking and okay we like them how they talk and then you come back to it, which is a very long process. The shorter process is whose podcast it is. Like I
Yeah.
think so. Navyananda, uh, Amitabh Bachchan's granddaughter, she's doing a podcast with IBM right now, and I think like so they already have a sponsor for the podcast. Like before the podcast started, there was a sponsor. Bumble was sponsoring it.
And she did an
So
episode with her mom, with Jaya Bachchan also, no?
I think all the episodes are with all three of them mainly.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
'Cause we keep seeing
So
clips about it, but I've never seen any of the singular episodes.
I heard one, but I don't know. Like it was I don't like preachy podcasts. Like even though they aren't preachy, like she's talking about stuff, and
Hmm.
I think people. Okay, I don't want to like I'm not shitting on anyone, but
Okay,
it
shit
just
on
makes
them
me feel
freely.
like
Go ahead.
yeah, it just makes me feel like people who are coming from privileges or are in a good place, they can look at problems. But for someone who already has a lot of problems, does not want to look at problems of the world
Yeah, exactly.
and discuss them.
I want the escapism.
Yeah, I don't want to talk or like I have enough problems. I don't want to think about other problems that could happen. I don't want to discuss. I will go to therapy if I have to go, but I don't want to do it here if I'm talking with someone.
Yeah, I'm already talking about this to my therapist enough. I don't need you to keep shoving the same shit down my throat.
You are
I
actually talking to your therapist about this?
No, I am not.
Oh,
I'm just making a.
okay. No,
Uh,
I got concerned. I was like,
no.
okay.
No, it's okay. No need to be concerned. I was gonna say something and then I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? I think yeah, but podcasting in India has definitely slowly getting to the point where it can be mainstream.
It is
Not
already, I feel.
it already is, but it's not on the same volume and size as podcasting in the rest of the world, I think.
Yeah, because it started like it's, I won't say it started late, it was slower.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like most things, I guess it just takes some time to develop here also, but it's definitely getting there. I'm having a lot more conversations about Indian podcasts than I used to a few years ago.
Mm.
'Cause especially these informative podcasts like the Seen and the Unseen, and there's one history podcast also, the Ancient History of India or something.
Yeah, they're all IVM stuff. They've
All
gotten
IBM stuff.
everyone.
Yeah, there's a lot of IBM stuff. Like all of these, like, because I have my podcast listening goes in phases. Okay, obviously I have all my like shitty nonsense podcasts that I listen to that have zero value to my life. But then there are all these like very informative educational podcasts
Yeah.
which I will listen to one episode and go, oh my god, there is so much to learn out there. I need to listen to more. I need to listen to more. And then I listen to a lot of it, and then it dies out. I don't continue
Yes,
ever.
I have that too. Like I would also like I would go towards the preachy side also. Like I was listening to Jay Shetty and
Oh,
other all these podcasts, and I feel so good about myself. Like I know stuff now. Like it's
yeah,
even not knowledge also. It's just like spiritual stuff and
yeah,
things I can understand now.
mm,
But it goes in phases. Like eventually I come back to Cyrus's because I like that he talks bullshit and he just talks and doesn't let anyone talk.
yeah.
Doesn't matter who he has on his podcast. He doesn't let them talk. It could be the most like famous person, but he wouldn't let them talk. And then
Even my podcast, there's a
yeah,
rule. There's a chain of order, chain of command.
he it's just that he doesn't realize, and you would see like he would talk like he would divert the topic so much and it would end up somewhere there, like somewhere else, and after like 40 minutes he realizes that it's not where it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
and then he would be like, oh, we are running out of time, so tell me this first, because he realizes that he has to cover all these questions, and every podcast is, I think I've realized that line is there, oh, we are running out of time, so can you just tell me this,
Yep.
like who says it, like when you're talking to someone 101, who do you like, how can you just say like, oh, we are running out of time, can you just
And let's
explain what
wrap
you
this
did
up.
in your life?
Yeah. Summarize your life in 5 minutes. Boom. There
Yes,
you go.
please.
Oh God. No, but I think podcasts are great, especially these like just comfort podcasts, which is just like, oh, it's just familiar voices. It's like I pretty much know you as a person, and you're just talking about random things. That's
Yes.
enough for me. All these
Yeah, and I can,
informative podcasts have their phases and stages, and they're all great, but
yeah.
they're not as consistent as the laid back ones, at least for me.
That's the thing. You don't put effort, so
Yeah,
you can
but
create
zero
more.
effort. Yeah,
Yes, you can put out more and you can be more consistent because you are not putting effort.
exactly. It's just like another thing that you do.
Yeah,
Talking about no effort. We need to put zero effort to come up with a zero effort name.
yeah. I think like that should be like a agenda for like just like a way of life.
We have
Put
life.
no effort because I like I if I want to write an article, like my idea, like I build it up so much in my head that
Mm.
I want it to be like the best article. I want to do my best and then I don't do it. And because I have so much expectations from it. But
Yep.
if I go with that, I'm gonna put no effort in it. At least like something will come out.
Yeah. Same. I'll think, oh, I'll write out like an entire script for a movie that I want to. Okay, I'll make this. I will use these songs. I'll do this. And I'm like, but it has to be this perfect. I can't do it. And
Yeah.
then I just never do it.
I don't know if you heard the podcast I sent you. It was pretty much like they discussed this,
I
and I actually sent it to you because I liked Kanan Gill's idea of that we went on a vacation and we made an app
yeah,
because we just had nothing to do and we wanted to
nothing to
do
do
it,
with it enough. Yeah.
and we all agreed, and it was such a stupid app. And then they
Yeah.
talk about that if you see someone and you put
Yeah.
the hi app
I
photo,
will. Yeah.
yeah, which is so cool and which reminded me of like our Excel sheet that we
Excel
come
sheet.
up with
Yes.
stupid
Yeah.
ideas.
Stupid ideas. Dude, that's why I think that stupid idea is actually going to work out. I think
Yes,
we need to
work on
capitalize on all the stupid ideas.
this. Yeah.
So
How long have we been talking?
we've been talking for an hour and 17 minutes. Should we like stop or something?
Yeah, we can stop.
Okay.
But should we decide a name
Yeah, we'll decide a
before?
name and then stop off.
How? Okay, we should also decide like how we're gonna put this. Like when do we also upload it, or how, and when, and where, what?
Zero effort. You're putting too much thought into it. Don't do so many. What? No. Once the recording is available, I will be like, okay, here's the audio file. Upload it everywhere. I guess I'll make one Gmail account or something for this and make it an account everywhere on Spotify, on YouTube, and everything. And we can just upload.
But then they also have like that cool music jingle. We can do it from episode 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Episode 1 doesn't have to have it.
It can be episode zero. This is the pilot episode.
Okay, yeah.
No,
We test it.
test
Test
episode.
running.
We're test driving the episode. But yeah, name we can
Name
come.
we'll decide.
Name will decide. So something that is no effort. The thing that I mentioned yesterday was something cross-continental
Time waste. Waste of time? Time waste.
time waste. Yeah, car. But
I
it's too
remember
many
because,
syllables.
sorry, what?
Too many syllables, that is.
Yeah, because I remember because I abbreviated it to CCTW.
Yeah, it
And
just
I was
doesn't
like,
roll off the
V से
tongue.
होता तो CCTV होता.
Oh, wait, maybe we can come up with something. CCTV. Cross-continental television. Hey, it actually works, no? Cross-continental television. It's like you're tuning into an episode of TV.
Is it?
It's
I
not.
can't relate to TV anymore. Can you
Mm,
relate to TV?
no, I can't. It's just a monitor now.
Yeah, it sounds very boring. Like TV sounds boring now.
TV sounds
I don't
boring.
want to be boring.
What are the new? What is the new kids, new generation into these days?
Be real.
Be real, be fake podcast.
No, we're not. No, we're not being fake.
We are being fake it till you make it, dude. So after we've made it, we'll become real.
I don't think so.
Yeah, fair
There
enough.
is too much effort to put be fake.
Yeah. Can't. Yeah, too much effort. We're already zero effort. We can just call it zero effort podcast.
Yeah, I
ZOP.
don't mind.
ZOP.
What is P?
Podcast. ZOP. Oh,
Oh,
ZE. No. Oh my God. I am forgotten English. Zero effort. ZEP. Z podcast.
yeah,
ZEP.
I don't mind. Zep, I don't mind. I don't mind zero effort. I feel like I relate to
Okay, cool.
it.
Decided then. Zero effort.
Zero effort. I can already think like there could be like a zero for a logo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just make it a zero.
The zero. We
Make
put
it
no
two
effort.
dots and make an eye.
No effort.
No effort.
We
Okay.
have other things to use our effort for.
Mm. Oh wait, no effort podcast or zero effort podcast?
I
What's
like zero
okay? Cool. I
because
also like zero.
India gave the world zero. We
Yeah,
should
yeah, yeah. Good.
reclaim it and use it. We
We'll
don't use zero as much. I feel like zero is always looked so bad upon, na? कि मतलब zero मिला,
yeah,
zero ये, 0% chance है. I like zero. I like zero has not gotten the respect zero deserves.
I agree. We're going to reclaim zero and put it on the map now
Yeah,
and give it a positive outlook.
yeah. And then maybe from next episode we can also get guests on our podcast.
Actually, no, hold on, bro. Zero effort. Getting guests is an effort. We have to schedule and all. Ask them what time are you free? What time are we free? That's my
We will message people when we are free, and whoever is free can come.
okay. Cool. Sounds like a plan. Uh, okay. Sounds good then. That means
Okay.
1 hour 22 minutes. We can end it.
Yes.
Zero effort podcast. Signing off.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Do you